أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين، سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيب رب العالمين، سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجمعنا معهم في عليين من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب، آمين يا رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Allah Azza wa Jal in this ayah straightforward mentions حكم الصيام in Ramadan. And when Allah Azza wa Jal says kutiba, means it is fard, it is obligatory. So there is no Muslim who is an adult and healthy and able to perform siyam, no one is exempted from siyam. I'm not gonna go through what are the ahkam of siyam, what is the sunnah of siyam. So simple, you can find it in many places on the websites. But we want to emphasize that Allah Azza wa Jal have mentioned this ibadah without any hesitation. There is nobody who can argue this. It is a fard. You have to perform siyam the way Allah Azza wa Jal have stated in this ayah. And Allah has told us that this is not just for Muslims. All the religions before us that Allah Azza wa Jal have chosen the prophets with the previous revelations, they had forms of siyam. And the last part of this ayah, and for me, I'm sure we need to really know the importance of this last point, that the reason behind siyam is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so you may attain taqwa. What is taqwa? Taqwa, simply submitting yourself to the orders and will of Allah Azza wa Jal, being the best Muslim you can. Fear Allah and know that Allah is with you, watching you, knowing your feelings, know your thoughts, seeing your actions, whether in private, whether in public, while you're sleeping, while you're awake, when you're a child, when you travel. Allah is with you. So if you feel this and you know it and you always think about it, it will help you attain taqwa. What happens with us is we forget or we neglect the fact that Allah is with us. When you make business, when you sell, when you buy, when you treat your wife, when you deal with your kids, when you buy food, when you do rizq, when you bring rizq, halal, haram, mix, if you always keep in mind that Allah is with me, watching me, and the malaika that Allah have assigned are writing down every action, every blink of an eye that I do, this will help me become the best Muslim I can. And that is the purpose of siyam. It's not, as many people think, mainly to feel like the poor feels. That is a sub-benefit of siyam, a branch of the benefits of siyam. You feel for the poor. The real reason is stated here, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Simple. Simple. You have to attain taqwa. That's my message, first message for today. Allah Azza wa Jal have created dunya and created creatures and chosen insan, Bani Adam, the son of Adam, children of Adam, to carry the message of Allah Azza wa Jal and be responsible and have the gift of having a choice to make. Not all we are the only creatures we have the choice between haqq and batil, and that's a big gift from Allah Azza wa Jal. And then Allah created the dunya and days and nights, months, years, and Allah chose from the geographic area Mecca to be the holy Kaaba in Mecca as to perform Hajj there. And Allah chose a month and named it Ramadan. And in that Ramadan, Allah chose a day which is Laylatul Qadr. And in Laylatul Qadr, Allah chose that in the best of thing happens is the revelation of the Quran that have descended from the seventh heaven to the first heaven. So we have to feel that we are getting in few hours to a season, a time that Allah chosen to be the most holy. We need to learn that and teach it to our children. We know it, but we have to remind one another. One of the best way to describe Ramadan, and I take it from my dear friend and Sheikh Dr. Amjad Qorsha, he says that Ramadan is simply an obligatory divine annual training course. You graduate with a certificate that you choose your degree. But that certificate had a title, عرفت فالزم. Now you've known, now you have to attach yourself to what you have known. You've known the sweetness of ibadah. You've known the qima, the attribute of masjid and the Quran. So keep it. So it's a training course. And there's a lot to talk about this training course, but what is the main thing that we should do in Ramadan? And before I tell you what we should do, I'll tell you what Muhammad ﷺ said that we have to leave Ramadan having with us. What should we have with us? In a very beautiful hadith, Rasulullah ﷺ was stepping over the minbar like this one. And the minbar had 3 steps that time. And quietly, without talking, when he did the first step up on the stairs of the minbar, he said Ameen. And then the Sahaba were looking at one another like nobody did any dua. I mean, they don't know what's happening. They just kept quiet, checking what's going on. Muhammad ﷺ, the second step, he said Ameen loudly. And the third step, he also said Ameen. And then he sat on the minbar, he did his khutbah, his ceremony, they prayed. Just after they finished, the Sahaba came to Muhammad ﷺ asking him, you did that, so it's the first time. What do you mean by 3 times Ameen? So Muhammad ﷺ said, my brother Jibreel alayhi salam came to me and made a dua, 3 du'as, and I said Ameen after each dua. The first dua was رغم أنف رجل ذكرت عنده فلم يصلي عليه صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Jibreel alayhi salam is saying, he's making dua that may Allah curse or humiliate the man or the person that much that the nose, which is a sign of the pride for people in Middle East and Arab, like when your nose is part of the sign of dignity. So when you humiliate yourself, you lower your nose and you stick it into the earth, into mud. That's why when someone they fight, they take the head of someone else and put the whole face in the mud. This is a way to humiliate one, because the face is a symbol of you and your feature and your dignity. So dua, Jibreel is making dua against a person by putting that person's face into the mud, into earth. If that person have ever heard the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and did not say sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Ameen. That's the first thing. So Ramadan, let's learn this. Every time you hear the word Muhammad, we say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is a call to do a lot of salah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Ramadan and continuous through the year. Second dua was وَرَغِمَ أَنْفُ رَجُلٍ دَخَلَ عَلَيْهِ رَمَضَانَ ثُمَّ انْسَلَخَ قَبْلَ أَنْ يُغْفَرَ لَهُ. May Allah do the same of humiliation and cursing to any person who have attended Ramadan, who was fortunate enough to live in Ramadan and go through Ramadan till the last day, and then stay alive after Ramadan and was not granted forgiveness. This is very dangerous, brothers and sisters. A reminder for myself and for my brothers and sisters. Which means Ramadan is an opportunity to be forgiven for all your previous sins. And then if you don't take this opportunity, and Allah made it so easy and simple, like how in the world a Muslim will fast Ramadan, enter Ramadan, and then leave Ramadan and he is not being forgiven. Allah couldn't even imagine of that happening. That only means that person is intentionally so evil that he doesn't care. Allah is giving you this opportunity and you're not taking it. So that's why Jibreel is doing this dua. May that person be humiliated, and he doesn't or she doesn't even deserve the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. That's the second dua. So that makes a call here, a waking up call. Tonight, from now, have the intention, oh Allah, make me live through Ramadan, and oh Allah, make me leave Ramadan without being fully forgiven. But is that dua enough? No. You have to look for the means that will make you qualify to be forgiven. We can discuss this in a bit, but no time is enough to discuss everything. You have to secure yourself, protect yourself from all evil, and make sure you ask forgiveness from Allah Azza wa Jal day in, day out, especially in Ramadan. Because Allah Azza wa Jal is making it easy, and was wondering how can someone just go through Ramadan and not be forgiven. And what about the third dua where Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying Ameen? And imagine, Jibreel is doing the dua alayhi salam, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying Ameen. So what do you think, the dua is accepted or not? Of course. Of course. The third dua is also very, very dangerous if we don't follow. وَرَغِمَ أَنْفُ رَجُلٍ أَدْرَكَ عِنْدَهُ أَبَوَاهُ الْكِبَرَ فَلَمْ يُدْخِلَاهِ الْجَنَّةِ. The same curse, the same punishment, the same putting the face with the nose on earth, humiliation, is going to be upon a person who have lived with the gift of enjoying the parents, living with him or her, both or one of them. And yet, that person did not take the opportunity to be good to his parents or her parents. Then those parents passes away, dies, and that person is still not being forgiven. Not only forgiven, وَلَمْ يُدْخِلَاهِ الْجَنَّةِ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. That person did not use the opportunity of living with his parents, and he was not granted Jannah. Your parents, your relationship with your parents, it either guarantees you the Jannah or Jahannam, wal-'iyadu billah. There's no other way, a third place. Your parents, they are a door that you can get through Jannah, or may Allah forbid, a door that will lock Jannah in front of you. In another narration, I remember that فَلْيَفْعَلِ الْبَارُ مَا شَاءَ أَنْ يَفْعَلْ فَلَنْ يَدْخُلَ النَّارِ وَلْيَفْعَلِ الْعَاقُ مَا شَاءَ أَنْ يَفْعَلْ فَلَنْ يَدْخُلَ الْجَنَّةِ. Let the bar, the person who is good to his parents, do whatever he does in his life, Jannah is granted as long as he's maintaining the relationship with him. Of course, he will not do kaba'ir, but that means that the rahmah that Allah Azza wa Jal gave that person because he is good to his parents will grant him forgiveness. And of course, if you're good to your parents, you're going to be good to your deen, to your neighbors, because it takes a real iman to do so. And the one who does uquq, may Allah forbid any of us to be that. Bad to his parents, never listens to them, talk bad about them, neglect their needs, lies to them, a corrupted person, he does not or she does not deserve Jannah at all. Imagine the dua is said by Jibreel alayhi salam, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying Ameen to this dua. Ramadan is an opportunity for forgiveness. Ramadan is an opportunity for us to keep on saying Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Sallallahu Alaihi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ramadan is an opportunity to revisit our relationship with our parents. Ramadan is the season of change. Change, any change you want, Allah makes it easy for you in Ramadan. 30 days. The way your habits of sleeping, now you can control it and wake up before Fajr. Where you used to wake up for school, especially the young ones, You know, 10 times calling you, it takes you time to wake up for Fajr. Now we wake up an hour before. Allah is teaching us the habit of being able to wake up anytime you want. That strength will stay with you if you do it. And you do your taraweeh, you do your qiyam, you eat sahur, and then you go to the masjid to perform Salat al-Fajr. These new habits will teach you that change is possible. Positive change is possible. And Allah is training you in this month of Ramadan. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين فاستغفروه يغفر لكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Dear brothers and sisters, you smoke, it's time for you to quit. Ramadan will help you. You stay all the time on your social media, Ramadan is there for you to change. You have to replace it with the Quran. Let's promise ourselves here, not anymore once a month you want to finish the Quran, the minimum twice. Is it hard? 1 juzu in the morning, 1 juzu in the evening. Or 10 pages after each salah. It takes you 10 to 15 minutes if you're a fast reader, 20 minutes if you're a slow reader. Maximum 40 minutes for a juzu if you're an average reader of Quran. You don't know how to read Quran well, just put on the speaker on your phone and let the Qari read for you and you follow with your own eyes. It's not enough to listen to Quran. That's good, but not enough. Read while listening. It's the month of Quran. That will help you stay away from social media. That will minimize and beat your addiction to social media. You want to watch news? Just watch the headlines. You don't have to read everything. Your friends, take break from your friends in Ramadan. Except join them with Taraweeh, join them with Suhoor or Futur. No more that big gatherings at the plazas where sadly youth does most of the nights of Ramadan. Please make sure you're forgiven in Ramadan. And that takes a lot of effort. Change your habits. Change your habit. Don't just pray fard. Start praying sunnah. 2 rak'ah of fajr before fajr. 2 rak'ah before and 2 rak'ah after salat al-duhur. 2 minimum rak'ah salat al-duha. Shuruq. 2 rak'ah after maghrib. Is that too much? It's not. 2 rak'ah after isha plus taraweeh, minimum 8. And witr and qiyamul layl. Allah is giving you an amazing gift to help you. How? Allah took care of those al-waswas al-khannas, the shayateen, those who are always whispering and pushing us to do evil and stay away from good. They are chained. We have one evil left to deal with, which we call nafs. Your own nafs, which is, it has the ability to choose between evil and good. But shaitan used to put pressure on us and beautify evil. And make ibadah harder. You want to go salah? I still have time. I'll just finish this video clip. I'll just eat first and then do. Yeah, but it's gonna in half an hour. It's okay. I'll do it before the end of time. That struggle in Ramadan, Allah took care of it. Gave you the opportunity that to be encouraged to do good. Change habits. And I can go a lot and a lot. And one of the habits I really want to focus on also, I only have 2-3 minutes left, is the family. Your family is your responsibility. Whether you're a child, whether you're a mother, a father, a brother, start caring about others, at least in your own household. Care about them, support them, talk to them, reconnect with them. Strengthen your relationship with them. Eat together, pray together, visit others together, talk about Quran together. Family, especially here, We don't have extended family, most of us. So your family is all what you get, all what you have. And it's your responsibility. Every lecture you hear, go share it with your family. Help out your dad and mom by raising the younger ones. Last, Ramadan is a bazaar of hasanat. Hasanat. And let us go through a couple of ahadith and then we'll, inshallah, finish. Number one, maghfirat al-dhunub, forgiveness. We just spoke about the forgiveness. من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever fasted Ramadan for Allah and with full faith, everything he have done is forgiven. Another hadith, من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Who does قيام الليل in Ramadan, all his previous sins are forgiven. All it takes, your intention and your faith. إذا جاء رمضان فتحت أبواب الجنة وغلقت أبواب النار وصفدت الشياطين. The heavens door are open for everybody. And Jahannam doors are closed and the shayateen are chained down. That to help us have better ibadah. من قام ليلة القدر إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever did qiyam Laylatul Qadr, the last 10 days of Ramadan, do the best qiyam you can. Could be any time in the last 10 days. Allah will forgive all your previous sins. شهر العتق من النار لله عتقاء من النار وذلك في كل ليلة من رمضان. Every night of Ramadan, Allah chooses few of us mu'mins, Muslims. I hope He chooses all of us, inshallah. Say Ameen. And He does عتق من النار. What's عتق من النار? You're guaranteed that nar, Jahannam, will never come beside you. You will never be touched. You're granted for Jannah. You're granted Jannah. That guarantee every night will be gifted to some people. Just imagine who will they be? Who are they? Of course, the ones they dedicate their time and soul and fikr and brain for Ramadan. The ahadith are so many. We'll stop here. Please, don't think you know everything. Even if those hadith have been there for you, reflect upon them, read them today before Ramadan goes in. Go back with the intention, inshallah, may Allah give me the life to go through Ramadan. I'm gonna go out of Ramadan a new person, and I will, inshallah, be forgiven. Allah Azza wa Jal is allowing me to go through this forgiveness. I will take it. May Allah bless us all. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا اللهم ارحمنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض عليك اللهم لا تجعل لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة لك فيها رضا ولنا فيها قضاء إلا يسرتها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم ارفع الغمة عن الأمة اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى اللهم حرر بلاد المسلمين من كل الظالمين يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعلنا ممن يدخل رمضان ويخرج منه مغفورا له يا رب العالمين اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت أعلم به منا اللهم ارحمنا فإنك بنا راحم ولا تعذبنا فإنك علينا قادر اللهم إنك أمرتنا بأن نصوم ونقوم ونزكي ونصدق اللهم اجعلنا ممن يسمع القول فيتبع أحسنه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.